What's up, world? It's your girl, Ina Barnes, aka Busy E. And this is my co-host, who is also my son.
My name is Jonah Barnes Moore, aka Busy J.
And we are excited to come to you today with another installation of It's Just Business. If you've been watching our podcast, you know that we have a segment where we are we're calling it Disruptor or Not.
We're going to change our whole intro, so I'm going to have you stop saying that, and you're going to throw it to me, and then I'm going to say Disruptor or Not. So it gets the proper energy that it deserves. But that
anyway,
will be next time.
Okay, is this better for you, Joe? Is this better for you? So if you've been following us, you know that we have a new segment that we're doing on our It's Just Busy podcast. It's called Disruptor or Not. And this is where we are going down CNBC's top 50 list of disruptive companies to watch for 2019. And we are literally going down or up their list as you would have it and assessing whether or not we at JBM Consultants consider them to be disruptors. Is that better
It's
for
so
you?
much better. Why can't you just do that the first time?
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are we talking about today? Bizzle? Busy J. J Bone Joners.
What are you doing? We're talking about Zipline International.
Zipline. This is an exciting one. I'm excited, but you can tell I'm excited. I like this one a lot.
Life-saving drones.
Life-saving drones. Drones, people.
It's a stretch, but it's a stretch. But they still do very good work. Life-saving, that has a connotation of airdropping people, like I just got shot, oh save me, and this drone comes and gets you and brings you to the
very Forrest Gump of you, like you run back into the field and pull somebody out with a drone.
Exactly, that's what I'm, but they don't do that.
Not quite there.
But very similar. Yeah. So, Zipline, the drone company Zipline International is expanding in Africa and will soon be coming to the U.S. The firm delivers life-saving medicines, vaccines, and blood supplies in Rwanda, and in April it announced that it is expanding its operation to Ghana. Both African countries have mountainous geography and poor road conditions, making it extremely difficult to deliver medical supplies by land vehicles. In the 3 years Zipline launched in Rwanda, its drones have made more than 13,000 deliveries and supplies more than half of the country's blood supply. So they actually do save lives by delivering vaccines, blood, and medicine, which is very important when you're in the medical field. So, a little bit more about their company. Their founders are Keller Ronaldo, Keenan Wyrobic, and William Hetzler. They were launched in 2014, headquartered out of Half Moon Bay, California.
West Side.
And they're valued currently at $1.2 billion.
My favorite B word.
And operate in the drones, logistics, and robots industry.
Got it.
So, they do amazing work, obviously. Saving lives, yes they do. Medicine's important. Vaccines are very important.
Liking Zipline. I'm liking Zipline a lot.
So, the real question that we are here to answer is, are they a disruptor? And if you've been watching the show, then you know. But if you don't know, let me tell you what the criteria we use for categorizing if a company's a disruptor or not. Here at JBM Consultants, we developed our own theory called the counter-innovation theory. And one thing that we do within that theory is actually redefine disruption, because we noticed that a lot of people commonly misuse the term and use it synonymous with innovation. So we actually have to make the separation. So what's the criteria that we use, or that the counter-innovation theory uses for disruption, is that we believe disruptors do one of the following three things.
At least one.
At least one of the following three things, or a combination. Ideally, you want to do all three. So they either challenge the status quo, they either develop the disruptive technology, or they address high priority, unrecognized pain points, or latent pain points that become realized. So if you look in history and look at the Mount Rushmore of disruption, which is Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, Uber, and Lyft, Fangle or Fangal or Fungal, or we have to figure out another one because there's another A in there. These companies all do at least one or a combination of these three things, and we apply that same criteria to the companies that we are that we are evaluating on the CNBC Disruptor 50 list of 2019.
Perfect.
So, let's get started with the first thing. Are they challenging the status quo? Is Zipline challenging the status quo? Yes, they are.
Good. Yes.
Simply because the most common method of delivering anything, food, packages, is by ground, right? Not
Medical
necessarily by
supply,
air, unless you're talking huge freight by water, but specifically with medicine, it's like, you know, there is usually all groundwork, you know? So by simply delivering through the air using a drone, that itself is challenging the status quo, doing something outside of the norm. So that's an obvious yes. Not
And
many
especially
people are doing
for remote areas that are difficult to get to with difficult and tricky terrain.
it. Absolutely.
So that's, you know, they definitely have come up with something that challenges what's been done historically to try to get to those remote areas. And that is awesome to me. I love it. That's a high yes. That's
Yes,
a yes
absolutely.
with a big star around it.
Absolutely. And you know, that's not to say that they're the only ones to do it, but that method of delivery is uncommon, right? It's not a common method because they have competitors, obviously. So they have companies such as Flirty that does the same thing, but probably not for the same demographic. They have Matternet, on-demand unmanned aerial vehicle delivery operations and things of that nature. So there's other competitors out there. There's Skycart, Flytrex, Airware. So people are literally jockeying for position for this to be that major market share holder. But all of these companies are challenging the status quo because the normal way or the massively adopted way of delivering medicine is by ground. So yes, Zipline International does that. Now, the second criteria is, do they develop the disruptive technology? And in this case, the answer is yes.
Yes, they did.
They did. They actually designed their own drone specifically to solve this problem, right? So they're not using the typical drone where you see, like, imagine the ones they use for movies, the ones that have little helicopter propellers and lift up. This one's actually pretty cool.
It's very cool.
It's more like a plane, and if you think of an aircraft carrier, how they shoot the fighter jets off the plane, it kind of does the same thing, but on a much smaller scale, obviously, and it shoots the plane up, as opposed to, the helicopter type of rise, and, going forward. So that's actually pretty cool. And
very cool.
They state, we developed our own specifically for this use case, which is delivering medicine. So yes, they have developed the disruptive technology.
That's 2 out of the 3.
That's 2 out of the 3. And so the last thing is, they address high priority, unrecognized pain points.
I think this was a recognized pain point.
Absolutely.
I think that those people in those remote areas knew that somehow they needed to receive those medications or those devices or supplies or anything that Zipline is delivering to them specifically to address. And this is blood supply, right? Primarily.
Yeah, they do. They
do a lot, but blood supply.
Yeah, blood supply. Yeah.
They do a lot, but
vaccines,
these people,
medicines. Yeah.
Yeah, these people in these remote areas knew that was a recognized need. They knew that they needed it, and they knew that problem needed to be addressed.
Yes.
So it wasn't an unrecognized high priority pain point. It was a recognized high priority pain point.
Yeah, so it's not like after providing this service, they're solving a problem that people didn't know needed to be solved. Right. Everybody was on the same page, like, yes, we need medicine. Yes, the geography's bad. We really need a better way to get the things that we need.
Faster and more efficiently, yeah.
And so they have 2 out of the 3, which is very, very good.
Outstanding.
And this is also what you kind of call a social innovation, right? When it's actually targeting a social issue or a high priority social need that's specific to a certain area, right? Because, in our area, we don't have literally geographical barriers that we need to overcome to get medicine, right? We just go to Walgreens. So when you're targeting those people that are almost at a disadvantage or or suffering from disparities that aren't necessarily the norm, and companies target that problem, that's what you can call a social innovation that really has a social value that is attributed with it, because we all know medicine and availability to medicine is an issue
of life and death.
Yeah, of life and death, and it's all over the world. It's not just here. So everybody has their own different issues. But so this one is kind of a social innovation, which makes it really stand out to me. It's one that tugs on your heartstrings.
Yeah. So. And it's when you start improving the quality of life that really matters to people. My health. You're winning the day for me. That's why I love the healthcare, biotech, pharmaceuticals industries
absolutely.
as well. So
absolutely.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and
Zipline.
just a little I just want to read this quick paragraph. If people are more interested, I'll save you a little time. So how this actually works, how do they actually do it, right? What's the magic between it? So what the process looks like is a doctor in a hospital or clinic in a remote area texts Zipline a list of what it needs. The products are stored at the company's distribution centers in that country, in this case Rwanda and Ghana, and then packaged in a small red Zipline box. The box is attached to a small parachute, then the drone then gently drops at the hospital or clinic. In fact, the box floats so gently, the receiver stands below to catch it. The autonomous aircraft then flies back to the distribution center to await its next delivery. And so that's what it looks like in a nutshell. They say they do about 500 drone flights each day, have over 2,000 health facilities, and will be able to serve an estimated 12 million people in the years to come.
That's just a beautiful thing.
It really
That
is.
is a beautiful thing. If you guys, anybody who's ever heard the saying of the term "manna from heaven,"
Yeah.
literally just drop out of the sky.
Manna from heaven.
This is even though they pay for it, they know where it's coming from, but it has that feel.
Right.
Imagine that it just drops right into your hand. Imagine that.
Yeah, and it's not like falling hard. It's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Zipline.
Yeah.
I like them all the way around.
Yeah, me too.
And they're doing great things. Oh, did I tell us how much they're valued at 1.2 billion?
Yeah, my
okay,
favorite B word. Yep.
Okay, cool. So continued work for them, continued success. Somebody definitely to watch. They are a disruptive company.
Disruptor for sure.
So if this is your first time watching, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we also want to let you know that we have been doing this every week for a while now. This is number 39, and we started from 50. So go check out the other podcast that we have, the Disruptor or Not series, on jbmconsultants.org, but we also have podcasts outside of the Disruptor 50, just talking about business and different things. So definitely check that out if you are looking for more innovation so you can stay ready, so you never have to get ready.
Right.
Also, if you want to support, be sure to share, like, and subscribe to this video and connect to us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We are there to connect with you. Make sure you do that.
Busy J is
also,
there. Busy E is
one more
there.
time, then go back to the jbmconsultants.org website and check out our merchandise. We have the Business Power hoodie. We have the Thinking Cap here. We also have the Innovators cap. Yes, it's the Nike brand innovations cap there. So you can check that out. Support us however you need to. Go to jbmconsultants.org, whatever you feel is necessary. And also be sure to comment on the conversation. We want to hear what you guys think. Is this company disruptive or not? Have you heard about this company? Have you had any experiences with this company? Feel free to let us know.
We'd like to know.
Get in on the conversation.
Yes.
And once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining our segment of Disruptor or Not. And when you're commenting and you're sharing, you're having conversations, and you might start feeling some type of way. I know this one tugs at your heartstrings. You might start feeling like getting into a whole conversation about medicine in the U.S. and how expensive it is, blah, blah, blah. But just remember, here at JBM Consultants, it's a safe space, right? Because we understand.
It's a safe space. We're a safe harbor.
We're a safe harbor because we understand one very, very key thing that most people need to understand, that it's not personal. It's just business. Thank you guys. Take care, and we will see you next week.
See you next
real
time.
Quick to talk about number 38.
Who is 38,
which
Jonah?
is Niantic.
What?
Niantic, or I think it's like giant. The wand chooses the wizard. So
Niantic.
Niantic. You gotta stay tuned for that.
The wand chooses the wizard.
The wand chooses the wizard.
That's what do you call it? That's interesting. It sparks my curiosity. That's
exactly
tantalizing. It's a good tease.
And we want to spark your curiosity. So make sure you come back and watch next week. All right?
See you next time.
Deuces.